Welcome to the Raising Smart Kids podcast. I'm your host, Yang Pratt, and each week we'll explore ways in which the arts can help you raise a smarter kid. I'll be sharing ways the arts can propel your child's learning and interviewing top artists, educators, and entrepreneurs. These guests will share why the arts are so very important to your child, along with actionable ideas you can easily implement into your already busy schedule. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast here on iTunes and share us with a friend. For extra tips on raising smart kids, head on over to artsmartparenting.com and click on the Live tab. Hello, and welcome back to the Raising Smart Kids 2.0 podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, I want to thank you for taking a moment to hop on over and find out what this show is all about. Here on the show, we're really helping parents to raise smarter kids through the arts. We're discussing why the arts are so important for your child, how the arts can help propel learning, and how parents can really take the lessons learned on each podcast and implement them into their already busy lives. If you're a returning listener, I just want to thank you and take a moment and say I'm so grateful that you tune in week after week to hear what our guests have to share with you and learn more about your kids to make this parenting journey a little more fun together. October is National Arts and Humanities Month. It's a month-long celebration where communities, individuals, and governments, as well as local businesses, can come together and celebrate the arts and the humanities, not only in our own communities, but on a national scale. On the website, americansforthearts.org, I wanted to read you a little bit more about what the month is all about. National Arts and Humanities Month, a coast-to-coast collective recognition of the importance of culture in America. NAHM was launched by Americans for the Arts 30 years ago as National Arts Week in honor of the 20th anniversary of the National Endowment for the Arts. In 1993, it was re-established by Americans for the Arts and National Arts Partners as a month-long celebration with goals of focusing on arts at local, state, and national levels, encouraging individuals and organizations to participate in the arts, allowing governments and businesses to show their support of the arts, and raising public awareness about the role of the arts and humanities as they play in our communities and in our lives. So what does this have to do with you? Well, there's so many different ways to be involved in the arts. From going to a museum to creating works of art and creating opportunities for your kids to participate as well. I wanted to also share a couple of ways and suggestions that Americans for the Arts have offered to help you and your kiddos celebrate this very festive month of arts and humanities. Now, here on the show, we've talked about lots of different ideas on how to get your child participating in the arts, how you can participate as a family, and really ways to make the arts accessible for everyone. Because truly, if we look around us, there is art everywhere. It really is a beautiful thing, and it's just really about opening our eyes and opening up to possibilities that surround us. Sometimes, though, when we're in a pinch, finding opportunities may not be as easy as we would like them to be. So let me share with you a couple of the resources, again, the americansforthearts.org website has to offer. I'll also be sure to link up their website in the show notes over at blog.artsmartparenting.com so you can check out all of the fun resources, as we don't have time on this podcast to go into everything in great detail. So here's a couple of things you can do. These are some ways individuals or families can celebrate Arts and Humanities Month. You can participate in the hashtag #ShowYourArt campaign, which is a social media campaign for people in communities across the country to showcase their art and the art they love during the month of October. If you hashtag your Instagram photos and videos using hashtag #ShowYourArt and hashtag NAHM, Americans for the Arts will feature select photos throughout the month-long National Arts and Humanities Month campaign. So here's a perfect opportunity for you to take a little bit of time this weekend, create some artwork with your kids. It could be some photographs, it could be a collage, maybe you go on a nature walk and collect all the beautiful colored leaves and put something together. I've even seen people take paper and really get it wet and make it a pulp and create beautiful things such as clothing and flowers, vases, and furniture, if you can believe that. So use a little bit of creativity here, have some fun with your kids, and then post your artwork on Instagram using those hashtags. You can also post them over on our Facebook page at Raising a Superhero on Facebook. So you can come check us out over there, and I'd love to see what you're up to with your kiddos. Another thing you can do is grab a friend and go to a museum, a play, a festival, or outdoor concerts. And parents with kids, definitely make this a family outing. Around this time of year, there's lots of things usually being presented, whether it's musical concerts, choir concerts, sometimes there's productions in your community. Take a look around at local colleges, maybe seek out some local acting or drama clubs, maybe even there's some dance activities happening in your community that you can take your kids to and enjoy an evening or an afternoon of fun. This next one is one of my favorites. This is try something new and take a class in creative writing, dance, painting, or whatever strikes your fancy. In our community, we have an event called Toast to Art, which our arts club puts on each month. And every month, women and men in the community get together over a glass of wine usually and create a work of art. Sometimes it's a painting, sometimes it's something different. Again, this is a monthly occurrence in our community, and there's probably something similar in your communities. I know that wine and painting nights are really growing in popularity, so take a look around, check out your local events pages, and see what you can find to try something new. Another idea is to unveil a new project, product, or service during the month. You and your kiddos can brainstorm something brand new and launch it during this month. Again, I would love to see what you're up to over on our Facebook page. Please post your photos and your creative works there, and I would definitely love to see what you're up to. The next one is a fun one too, and it requires a little bit of courage. And this one is to make a video about what the arts mean to you and post it on YouTube. Yes, getting in front of the camera is not always the easiest thing to do. However, if we take a lesson from our kids, they're very good at taking selfies and making all sorts of videos, and they really connect with technology. You could use that to your advantage during the month. You could have your kids play the videographer and get creative with filters and editing and make this a really fun, artistic sort of film. You can also enjoy the arts with the people you love. You can sing together, play together, listen to music or play music together, read a book, dance, or draw together. Now, this is one of my favorite activities that I like to enjoy with my kiddos. If we can just pull out some arts activities, art supplies, and say, okay, let's create something great. And with October also being Halloween month, there's certainly unlimited possibilities with creating Halloween decorations, your jack-o'-lanterns, your Halloween costumes, so we can really let our creative juices flow during this month to create something that's going to be a little long-lasting, but more importantly, to create some opportunities to hang out with our kids, enjoy an activity together, and really bond over what we're doing. And if you're so inclined, you could also write to a member of your Congress, letting him or her know how important arts and arts education funding is to you, your family, and your community. This one's really important because, as some of you may be experiencing, access to the arts in our educational system are certainly a dwindling commodity. It's really important for kids that during the day they have opportunities to express themselves. For kids who aren't necessarily great at math or writing arts, participating in arts classes, music classes, or drama classes really are something that they were meant to be doing. And it allows them to have a creative voice. It allows their message to be heard. It allows them to really move into who they truly are. If that's not really your cup of tea, I would encourage this. Go out into your community and seek out classes. Perhaps there's some day classes. I know at our academy, we're going to be offering little mini day camps for kids to experience dance for the first time. Each one has a different theme, and we just come together once a month to celebrate the power of dance, the magic of dance, and the transformative effects that dance can have on families and on lives. So I encourage you to go out and celebrate this month, create art, share it with others, and build some lasting memories with your kiddos. Well, my friends, I look forward to catching up with you next week. Make this an awesome weekend full of art. Thanks for tuning in to the Raising Smart Kids podcast. If you're enjoying this podcast, please share us with a friend and head on over to iTunes and leave us a review there and let us know you're enjoying the show. If you're looking for more tips on raising smart kids, head to Amazon.com and pick up a copy of my first book, Raising a Superhero: How to Unleash Your Child's 8 Superpowers and Propel Learning Through the Arts. Thanks for allowing me to be your guide on this parenting adventure, and I look forward to catching you next time.